You tend to wonder why it is so significant, why it is so important, why it is an integral part of our existence. It's because we can do without it. We can control it, can avoid it, can escape it. Absolutely nothing we can do. It is within the cycle of our existence. It plays a vital part, one third of our existence on Earth centers on it. And if you are not involved with it, you are told, used, abused, exploited by the informed. It is called information. And that's what we're about to share with you. Welcome to King's Local Daily, your radio vendor, King's 88.5, on this 20th day of August 2025. I'm Sam Andrews. These are the papers in on King's Local Daily, your radio vendor. The Inquirer, Women Voices, the Oracle News Daily, the News, the nation's news since 1989, the Inquirer, In Profile Daily, Liberia's most analytical newspaper, The Analyst, and The Authoritative Heritage. We begin with the Daily Observer, one of the doyen newspapers on the newsstand forever. They've survived all odds, financially, existentially, just everything. They are credible, reliable. You want to do business with them. This is the lead story. Capital Arson case begins today. That's the lead story of the Daily Observer newspaper. Capital Arson case begins today. The photographs of former House Speaker Fonati Kofa alongside his colleagues, Representatives Dixon Sibo, Abu Kamara, Jacob Deby, are all on the front page. The footnote story front page, birth tourism prohibited, U.S. Embassy says. Birth tourism prohibited, U.S. Embassy says. That means anybody from any part of the world, any lady going to America for birth or delivery will not be accepted. The U.S. government said many people, especially government officials, took advantage of it, and they have very many of those women in the United States illegally. Going forward, no woman, absolutely no woman pregnant, even at the 11th hour, will enter the plane to go to the United States to give birth there. Stay in your country. Trust your country's health system, not another country. That's what simply the U.S. government is saying. Liberian government officials, when your women are pregnant, don't use the country money to take them to America for safe delivery. Go to the hospitals that you people have here. So going forward, any pregnant woman of any government official will be denied, will not enter the plane to go to the U.S. to give birth. The back page of the Daily Observer newspaper. Chief Justice calls for credential audit of judiciary. Fear grips employees. The back page footnote story. Liberian embassy in Dakar bids farewell to long-serving staff. The Daily Observer, credible newspaper, is out this morning for 40 Liberian dollars. Only 40, no more, no less. Only 40 with this lead story. Capital arson case begins today. Next is Women Voices newspaper. Lead story. Robots make away with millions. Leave rural bank in Lofa devastated. Robots make away with millions. Leave rural bank in Lofa devastated. Robots rob the bank. Some of what we watch on TV happening in Liberia, wearing masks, disguise themselves, move in and rob the bank of millions of dollars, both Liberian and United States dollars. The country is deadly, dangerous. You want to be careful with your institution and your business. Robots are all over the place. They are now robbing banks. That's the lead story of the Women Voices newspaper. Robots make away with millions. Leave rural bank in Lofa devastated. The sub-lead story. Family sues JFK for woman's death following alleged medical negligence. Family sues JFK for woman's death following alleged medical negligence. The back page of the Women Voices newspaper. Liberia reaps significant benefits from participation in TICA 9 conference in Japan. That's according to the outline given by Liberia's Foreign Minister Sarah Beslow Yanti. CDC Headquarters Construction Committee meets. Chief Justice says judicial reform begins. Orders mandatory credential audit. Councillor Verdier becomes Speaker Cohn's chief of staff. He is Councillor James Verdier, now the legal consultant and chief of office staff in the office of the regime speaker, Richard Nangbe Cohn. The Women Voices, like other newspapers, too, for 40 Liberian dollars. You want to get a copy at this reasonable amount from any one of the vendors close to you. If you are unable as per your workload or your distance, then your radio vendor, Kings 88.5, has brought the paper to you. with this lead story. Robots make away with millions. Leave rural bank devastated. "11 minutes after 11 o'clock, you're listening to King's Local Daily on King's 88.5 on this 28th day of August 2025. Oracle News Daily, reporting the truth to you, is next. Lead story of the Oracle News Daily newspaper. CDC prayer warriors curse Buakai, Coleman. That's the lead story of the Oracle News Daily. CDC prayer warriors curse Buakai, Coleman. Did you get that? The lead story, Oracle News Daily. CDC's prayer warriors curse Buakai, Coleman. The back page of the Oracle News Daily. Canadian miner receives 435 million Liberian gold project. Canadian miner receives 435 million Liberian gold project. Empowering growth. How International Bank Liberia Limited is supporting the SME sector through innovation, partnership, and purpose. SME is the short form for small medium enterprise. The Oracle News Daily newspaper is out for only 40, no more, no less, 40 Liberian dollars. You want to get a copy of the paper so that you get the full story of the lead. CDC prayer warriors curse Buakai, Coleman. Just so you know, we are transmitting from Central Monrovia, situated between Randall and Front Streets, adjacent the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. Kings 88.5, your radio vendor. The news, the nation's news since 1989. Next up. Lead story, the news. Liberia's economic woes. Educators decry low enrollment. That's the lead story of the newspaper. Liberia's economic woes. Educators decry low enrollment. The footnote story front page. Chief Justice orders credential audit. Chief Justice orders credential audit. China Union to pay arrears of US $1 million. The back page of the Doyen News newspaper since 1989. Anti-drug campaign cancer in Bonn. PUL inaugurates new head office today. LRRC boss admits to high storage fees. LRRC boss admits to high storage fees. LIS appoints officer to Special Economic Authority. The news, the nation's news since 1989, is out for only 40. No more, no less. You want to get a copy from any one of the vendors close to you if you haven't yet. If you are unable, based on your activities, your loaded schedule, your workload, your radio vendor, Kings 88.5, has brought the paper to you. Free. 70 minutes after 11, the Doyen Inquirer, one of the Doyen newspapers, Inquirer, is up. This is the lead story of the Inquirer newspaper. Credible, reliable. You want to do business with them. They've been around for forever. Kanumba displays institutional development as PUL moves to new headquarters today. That's the lead story of the Inquirer newspaper. Kanumba displays institutional development as the Press Union of Liberia moves to new headquarters today, and he's on the front page, fulfilling one of his campaign promises, taking the union from a dilapidated building to a new state-of-the-art headquarters. That's what leader is. Match his words with action, not rhetoric. We say congratulations to the president of the Press Union of Liberia for matching his words with action, fulfilling his promise, taking PUL from a water-leaking one room to a full office representative of the Press Union of Liberia. Other stories, the front page. Reconsider decision to save BSE Deputy Director rights. OIC. BSE is the short form for Bureau of State Enterprises. UP ungrateful and unappreciative. Sando Johnson accuses UP of betrayal. UP ungrateful and unappreciative. Sando Johnson accuses Unity Party of betrayal. The back page of the Doyen Inquirer newspaper. For mother, unborn child careless death. 25 million lawsuit slams on JFK Hospital. That's the back lead of the Inquirer newspaper. For mother, unborn child careless death. 25 million lawsuit slammed on JFK Hospital. The sub-lead story back page. Personnel audit commences across judiciary. Personnel audit commences across judiciary. The Inquirer newspaper is out too for 40, only 40, reasonable amount. These papers are very reasonable, unlike out of Liberia. You want to get a copy of the Inquirer newspaper for just 40, no more, no less. With this lead story, Kanumba displays institutional development as PUL moves to new headquarters today. 20 minutes after 11 o'clock. Few minutes and then we are out. So we move on to the In Profile Daily newspaper. Lead story: China Union owes government huge money. China Union owes government huge money. LDEA versus non-employed suspended. Unit 704. LDEA versus non-employed suspended. Unit 704. Okai Pay or Pine. Unit 104. The back page of the In Profile Daily newspaper. Fire burns 8-bedroom house in Plibo. Over US 150,000 properties destroyed. Registration closed in Burkina Faso. DSTV rejects Liberian dollars. DSTV rejects Liberian dollars. The In Profile Daily newspaper, too, like others, is out today for 40 Liberian dollars. You want to get a copy, you ought to, so that you have a full understanding of the lead story. China Union owes government huge money. We are gradually winding down with 22 minutes after 11. You're listening and watching King's Local Daily on King's 88.5. We are transmitting from Central Monrovia, situated between Randa and Front Streets, adjacent the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, on this 28th day of August 2025, Thursday. Lead story of The Analyst, Liberia's most analytical newspaper. Igonglo Ware waits in on Koga Kun Rift, says simmering feud troubling. Graves craves adult intervention. That's the lead story of The Analyst newspaper, one of the doyen newspapers like the Daily Observer, the Inquirer, the News, Front Page Africa. They've been around for rack of ages, clear for me. Very reliable papers. You want to do business with them and you ought to. That's the lead story of The Analyst newspaper, Liberia's most analytical newspaper. Igonglo Ware waits in on Koga Kun Rift, says simmering feud troubling. Craves elders intervention. Koga said he is not a bad boy to Jeremiah Kun, not because he is the vice president. Jeremiah Kun should respect him as senator. He can go on taking unilateral decisions, doing everything and anything he wishes, but he must respect him as senator. He's not his office boy. He is the senator of the Republic of Liberia. And I think Jeremiah Kun was used. Samuel Koga in this situation is the sound politician. He used Jeremiah Kun to get the senatorial position. Now he is seated. He tells him, no, I'm not your boy. I'm not your child. Respect me. I would not allow myself to be used by you. You can use other people, but not me. That's the lead story, which prompted another elder of Nimba County to step in, saying the simmering feud is troubling, craving the elders to intervene to settle the confusion between Vice President Jeremiah Kun and Senator Samuel Koga. The footnote story: keep session. I have no fear. Bility says UP bent on destroying him with lies. PUL plans inaugurating new headquarters today. Kanuma describes it milestone for dignity. the president of the Press Union of Liberia, Julius Kanuma. The back page of The Analyst. I will not license anyone to hell. Bishop Samuel Quayle reaffirms stance against same-sex marriage. ArcelorMittal Liberia Buchanan Estate undergoes major renovation. Manager says work goes beyond surface improvement. A cry from the chalkboard. UL lecturers demand justice amid systemic neglect. A cry from the chalkboard. UL lecturers demand justice amid systemic neglect. Court rejects indicted's plea for bargaining agreement. Judge says trial court never party to plead bargaining agreement. That's how in the Analyst newspaper looks like this day, this morning, with this lead story. Igonglo weighs in on Concoga fuel, says simmering fuel troubling, craves elders intervention. The Analyst newspaper, Liberia's most analytical newspaper, is out today for only 40, no more, no less. Liberian dollars. Reach out to any one of the vendors if you haven't yet and get a copy. If you are unable to spread your workload, your activities, then your radio vendor, Kings 88.5, has done just that for you. The last but not the least, as they say in Liberian parlance, the authoritative heritage is next up on King's Local Daily. Lead story of the Heritage newspaper. Fake clinic in Lofa. Fake clinic in Lofa links Representative Weah, but MOH refuses to audit. That's the lead story of the authoritative Heritage newspaper. Fake clinic in Lofa links Representative Julie Fatoma Weah, which means she is part of this fake clinic that is operating illegally. And she's part of what is happening to the people of Liberia. Well, this is what the paper is reporting. The lead story. Fake clinic in Lofa County links Representative Julie Fatoma Weah, but Ministry of Health refuses to audit. Other stories. JFK faces 25 million wrongful death claim. The law is the law, but government remains silent on ArcelorMittal abuse allegations. Oh yes, they only say the law is the law when it is against the Congress for Democratic Change. That's when they know the law. Any other thing, they play blind eye. The back page, Senator Yan Twine, Senator Twine blasts ArcelorMittal deal, threatens legislative blockade. Other stories, the back page, China envoy declares Taiwan part of China. Labor Ministry launches workplace safety law. And the last story is sports. Manchester United humiliated by League 2, Grimsby in EPL Cup. Small children, unknown children, flush at Manchester United from the Carabao Cup. I doubt whether Manchester United will go any further this year. They have started everything bad. Unlike Barcelona, the world's greatest, most classic, clinical team. Another victory is on this weekend. FC Barcelona. The authoritative heritage, like other papers, are for 40, only 40 Liberian dollars, no more, no less. You want to get a copy, please. The authoritative heritage, just like the Inquirer, the News, Daily Observer, Analyst, Front Page, being around for rack of ages. They have withstood the test of time. They have survived all odds and they stay existing. Yes. So you want to do business with the authoritative heritage newspaper. They are credible, reliable. You wouldn't regret it. Well, that's it. That's all the time we've got for Kings Local Daily on Kings 88.5. Thanks ever so much for watching and listening. We're back tomorrow with the weekend's edition at 12 midday. However, coming on at 1 is King's Newsroom. You want to join us for that? And then at 3, Real Talk. This is Kings 88.5, your radio vendor. I'm Sam Andrews.